So here is the full route. We started in San Francisco and rode south down the Pacific Coast Highway, then turned inland to Sequoia National Park and Kings Canyon before riding north through Yosemite and up to Lake Tahoe. We then turned west and headed for the Interstate 5 for a quick blast up north and off into some great roads up to the Oregon border. Then rode south on the 96 to Eureka on the coast and continued south on the fabulous Lost Coast route before joining the 101 to see the Avenue of the Giants, and finally back to the coast and riding Route 1 all the way down to San Francisco and the Golden Gate Bridge. 7 nights away, 8 days in all, covering 2,000 miles. October is a great time to ride in California. So here we are, Bo and John, and we're on the Mines Road from Livermore to San Jose, and we're right up in the hills somewhere. Beautiful road. It's hot. It's nearly 90 degrees. So we just stopped actually to take off some of the layers. It was quite chilly this morning, but it's really warm now. This is just great scenery, great roads, no traffic, brilliant roads. They've had fires here, as you can see. It's all black. What a road. You can see it stretching into the distance there. Fantastic. And this is only day one.
This is only morning one.
Morning one.
We haven't even stopped for coffee yet.
We can't find any coffee. There's nowhere. Now here we are at the Lick Observatory on the top of Mount Hamilton. And great view, and in the distance there is San Jose. That's the road we'll be going on down there. Look at that fantastic road, smooth tarmac. We set off from our motel in Monterey to ride the scenic 17-mile drive, which is the main road through the gated community of Pebble Beach. Non-residents have to pay a toll to use the road, which is owned by the Pebble Beach Corporation. We drew up at the toll booth only to be told that motorcycles were not allowed. The wealthy residents of the Pebble Beach community obviously didn't want motorcycle hooligans like Bo and me disturbing their peace. Welcome to the USA, John. Well, here we are at Bixby Bridge on the Pacific Coast Highway. Unfortunately, it's very misty today and not exactly the blue sky and blue water that we were hoping for. But it's all part of the adventure. Just before turning off the PCH to head inland, we saw a crowd of people looking down at the beach. So we stopped to see why, and turned out to be an elephant seal colony. A really amazing sight. We went back to our bikes and guess who we met sitting in the car next to us? You wouldn't believe it, only in America. Here we are in Sequoia National Park. Very much like the Pyrenees, actually. Fantastic windy road all the way up. Big country. Yosemite National Park. Beautiful morning. Fantastic. Lovely roads. Not too much traffic. Absolutely fantastic. As we headed east through Yosemite, we met some cars. I decided to overtake on double yellows safely, but as this video shows, Bo was more cautious. When he did overtake, I disappeared into the distance. However, in my haste, I had unknowingly overtaken an unmarked park ranger patrol vehicle. And the first I knew of this was when I saw the flashing red and blue lights in my mirror and heard the siren screeching. A tall guy in a pointy hat got out and said to me, "I've stopped you because you've committed 2 violations, overtaking on double yellow lines and doing 60 mile an hour and a 45 limit. He looked at my bike, which had Alaska plates, and asked where I was from. "England," I answered. "Is this your bike?" he said. "No, it's rented." "Okay, I want to see your passport and rental agreement." He went back to his vehicle and got on the radio. I waited, wondering what my fate might be. He came back and said, "The highway patrol won't be as lenient as I'm going to be." I breathed a sigh of relief. He then gave me the obligatory bollocking and ended by telling me that he was born in London and has a sister living in Surrey, and he visits England every year. Was I lucky getting this guy or what? Apparently, he has equal power of the highway patrol in the Yosemite National Park. We are at Salmon River, up in the north of California, and we've taken a little side road and it is just beautiful. We woke up to find it was really cold and there was a heavy sea mist. The locals promised it would clear by mid-morning and it would be warm and sunny. The Lost Coast road trip is a fantastic drive through a rugged and forgotten section of the California coast. This has hidden beaches and ancient redwood forests, and above all, there's no crowds like there is on the PCH. The road sits right on the San Andreas Fault and is often buckled and deformed due to frequent earthquakes. And as recently as December, 2 people were killed and 12 were injured in the town of Ferndale on the route by a 6.4 magnitude earthquake. We are riding what is known as the Lost Coast, and it's quite a remote road right through the hills and then down to the coast and the ocean. Fantastic. What a beautiful, beautiful place. Lovely day. Look at that. Fantastic. We rode along the coast and then turned inland and through the small town of Honeydew with its quaint country store and old one-lane bridge. We continued then onto the Humboldt Redwood State Park before joining the 101 to Avenue of the Giants and later the ride-through tree at Leggett. We then continued to Fort Bragg on the Coast Road, Route 1. the ocean, coming down to Fort Bragg. Beautiful afternoon, and here we are, the sun setting and the ocean in front of us. Fantastic.